Not far away on a rugged section of the California coast, the lone cypress clings to a barren rock and struggles to survive. All the while, we float high above WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca, which today plays host to a different kind of struggle. It's the SRF Weekend Warrior Championship, round 10 of 12 on the Season 5 schedule. And all the simulated Spec Racer Ford action can be seen live as it happens right here on the Global SimRacing Channel. From where everyone wishes all the girls were from, California, hello and welcome to GSRC's Countdown to Green. As cyberspace flows into your place over these next 15 streaming award-worthy minutes, GSRC will bring you all the storylines, all the stats and facts you'll need to fully appreciate the Round 10 SRF Weekend Warrior Championship that will immediately follow as a Countdown to Green. And here to do all of that, way up in the press box to bring you our bird's eye view is Soup and Crackers. Yours truly, Bill Soup Zahn, joined by Sean Crackers Ambrose. Down in the production van, turning the knobs and pushing the sliders, the hardest working man in sim race broadcasting, Joe Peak. Armed with cameras, located, aimed, zoomed, and focused by GSRC's camera guru, Dougie Beard. Now, Northern California has two terrific road courses. A little north and inland in Vineyard Country is the track that attracts the top-tier real-world racing series, that being Sonoma Raceway. Now, Crackers, while Sonoma is where they make the wine, today it's all about opening the bottle because Laguna Seca has the corkscrew.
Yes, it does, and it's located just a few miles off the coast of Central California, right near Monterey. Do you know the way to Monterey? I do, and I also know my way to the famous Pebble Beach golf course that lies nearby as well. Now, the track built in 1957, this old dry lake bed, Laguna Seca, that is, built here, and it was a regular stop for the kart series from 83 to 2004. But IndyCar has since moved to Sonoma and has the Indy Lights. Now, the WeatherTech Sports Car Series still comes here, and well, why wouldn't they? They own the naming rights to the track now. Now, in 1989, the track made a pitch to get Formula One, but Laguna Seca was thought to be a little bit too remote, a little bit too small for a Formula One crowd. So Phoenix got the nod. Big mistake, in my opinion. But it is 3.6 kilometers, 2.2 miles around with an elevation change equal to an 8-story building. There are 11 turns that include that iconic corkscrew that Soup talked about. But the best way to get an idea what this place is really like is to jump on board the GSRC Spec Racer Ford and take a lap around Laguna Seca.
All right, we've got Amjad Yaman in the GSRC SRF, so let's do a lap around Laguna Seca. Up and over turn 1, this is easily flat out, but the important thing will be to line yourself up for Andretti. This is easily the best place for a pass on the circuit, but with the downhill braking, it'll be easy to come in too hot. You'll just double apex this corner and then switch sides for 3. The deceptive thing about this turn is it tightens up a bit on the exit. With the understeer that the SRF suffers, you'll probably see a few drivers clatter over the dirt. Then there's 4, which needs a big lift to make it through. But be sure not to hit those big red sausage curbs at the apexes because the Spec Racer will not like them. Back across the track once again, and then you've got a short break before 5. Sometimes you can sneak passes into here, but the compression and the banking of this turn make it much faster than you'd expect. And because it's such a steep climb on the exit, it'll be important to back up the corner and carry your speed off of it. Then there's the notorious turn 6. You've got to thread the needle to get the most out of this bend, and the lift throttle oversteer of the SRF makes it even more precarious. Now we're climbing up the Rahal Straight, which leads into the corkscrew. The entry here is super blind, but it requires you to cut across the track and brake right as the car is unsettled. Then it's a matter of making sure you don't cut the course with how difficult it is to see the edges of the track. As we continue to plunge downhill, Rainy Curve will require you to balance the car on the throttle. Make sure and hit a very late apex and then immediately swing the car to the left side of the track. Turn 10 is another one where there's a lot of banking to help you carry your speed. Then next thing you know, the final hairpin is really the only other place that offers a good chance to overtake. Try not to hesitate on the power because you'll need the speed down the front stretch to keep yourself safe from attack back into Andretti. But hopefully, you've now finished a lap around Laguna Seca.
Joe Peak on the mic, talking us around what was formerly Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca, and now is WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. Wait a few years, and it'll probably be Spacely Sprockets Raceway at Laguna Seca. Since we've seen the SRF Weekend Warriors last here at GSRC, they visited Sebring, where David Gaspers picked up his 4th win of the season in only 5 attempts. Jason Perry and Stevie Ray filled out the podiums. So with 9 races in the books, let's see how the points look. And it is. Remember, first of all, that these standings take into account the 4 possible drop races allowed for in the rules, indicated by the quartet of droplets. Above the points, the single droplet by each driver's row is that driver's largest drop result. As you can see, everybody except Jerry McAreevy have cashed in all their drop race insurance. Now, after the numbers have been crunched, it is the man known as Grease Lightning, Demetrius Houdaloutas, who sits atop the pantheon of drivers. But he is not alone. The Ghost, David Gasper, thanks to his 4 wins and the magic of drop races, shares the lead. A dozen points behind Grease Lightning and the Ghost is Jerry McAreevy. And if you can see, GMAC has 15 undropped points in his pocket. Austin Winter, well, he's been just that 3 times this season. But for Winter, it's feast or famine. That's why he's not quite as close to the top as you would think. Richard Yallin's best finish was 2nd at Bathurst, that you saw right here on GSRC. Consistency has kept him in the championship hunt. With most everyone already using up all their available drop races, attendance has become as important, or maybe even more so, than speed. Okay, Crackers, we've talked about the most photographed tree in the world, gone over track details. Joe Peak took us around the track. We've shown the points. How about we get down to the specifics of this afternoon's event?
Yes, sir, we will. The Weekend Warriors have found round 10 of 12. 3 races left to go. Spec Racer Ford on track. It starts with 30% fuel on board. Now that means 40-minute race, 1 stop needed. It is an open setup. And I'm going to be quite frank, Soup, there's not a whole lot to the setup on the Spec Racer Ford. Very few adjustments there, but open nonetheless. It's not fixed. Now the race distance, again, 40 minutes. They will need to stop because of that limited fuel. There is no incident cap, and you do get 2 spare cars. Should you have an incident and results in a car that let's face it, won't get back around the track, you'll just hit that button to tow, go on in and get that 1 car. You know, Soup, Laguna Seca, I just don't know if we're going to have a whole lot of trouble. I don't know we'll see a whole lot of spare cars on track today. The temperature, though, mostly cloudy, 67 degrees outside and 78-degree temperature on track. And, Soup, that sounds like California weather to me.
It is. It's nice weather here. You can see the dusty surroundings here at Laguna Seca. You know, you talked about no fast repairs. You have a lot of confidence in corner number 6. That one is the one that catches me out all the time, Sean.
And it catches a lot of drivers out, Soup. It's a high-speed corner with a ton of runoff. And, you know, if you lose it in the right spot, that corner, and actually it results in you running off to the left, you can find the wall pretty quick and destroy your ride. Now, off to the right, you're pretty safe with all that dirt out there, but it is a tough one to nail down. Now, in the Spec Racer Ford, Soup, you're climbing a hill. You're chugging a lot of horsepower up the hill, and by the time you get to 6, it's I don't want to say it's flat out, but it requires a little bit of lift, and it sticks rather well through there.
passing zone maybe up the Ray Hall straight into the corkscrew out of 6? Is there enough time to get something done there?
Yeah, I mean, if you hit the line through there perfectly, sure, you can. We'll see some battles up the Ray Hall straight. The corkscrew, though, that'll separate the men from the boys for sure.
Of course, there's the long straight down into the Andretti hairpin, that number 2 corner. I love Laguna Seca, lots of elevation. Sean left out 10 stories when he's talking about the elevation here. It's the elevation equal to 18-story building. Really, really, really fun racetrack. One of the first ones that you really get to have fun on when you join the iRacing series. It's free content. Everybody loves it. Let's go ahead and look what's going on in qualifying right now. And it is the 2 guys who are tied for the lead. Well, right now, they sit on the front row. And, of course, we're talking about Grease Lightning and the Ghost. You know, Sean, that kind of sounds like an 80s TV series, you know? The boys are after a kidnapper. Don't miss Grease Lightning and the Ghost, Mondays on CBS. We're talking about Demetrius Houdeludis on the front row, sitting up there with a 136.3. David the Ghost Gaspers right behind him, 136.5.
Yeah, so this track has nice flow to it, and that flow gets broken up there at the corkscrew. Boy, it's easy to slide around up there and miss the line, and boy, once you do, you can really find trouble. The curbs on the way down, they could be a real killer and bring on a lot of damage to the Spec Racer Ford. Now, the Spec Racer Ford's a pretty durable car, but it's got to turn, Soup. If it doesn't turn, it might as well just be a block of wood out there.
And there is a pit stop involved in these races, and pit lane here at Laguna Seca, that's interesting, coming in and getting off.
It is. It's a very long pit lane to begin with, and getting in, you've got to deal with a sharp left-hand turn to get in there, and getting out, it really kind of curves around very sharply. There's not a whole lot of road to get out on there.
You actually exit on the other side of the Andretti hairpin, which is interesting because as a commentator, sometimes it's hard to tell how guys are going to file out. Drivers on track will pass the car on pit road, but then the car on pit road has such a shorter time around the hairpin, they'll get the lead back, and when it dumps them all out, it's really exciting as they dump out heading into 3. And there is a pit stop to be made today. We're looking there at Robert Sugar Plumley. We first met Robert back racing in the Apex Online Racing League when he was racing in the Formula Renault. He's in another open cockpit car today, although this one has fenders on it.
And Soup, this open qualifying session really coming down to a close here. Only about 45 seconds left, and Houdeludis has put up such a good time. I don't know if anybody's going to be able to knock that down here. We've got a couple guys still on track, but they're running out of time to get around here and finish.
I like this format. GSRC covers lots of series. I believe we're up to almost 13 or 14 now that we cover. Almost none of them use the open qualifying, and I like the open qualifying. It's all the cars are out there at the same time. You can get a little bit of a tow. You can steal a little bit. You can cheat a little bit. If you're fast, you want to make sure you find yourself some open space to run. So we're looking at the pole sitter right now. He's comfortably in that 136.3. I think he's safe going to be on the pole. Sean, this is one of the kind of tracks where you really want to get a good qualifying. You don't want to be too far back.
Yeah, and right now, I just watched Bob Kern come across the line. Kern got in a lap that got him up to 18th. And behind him, drafting in Kern's wake, was our old buddy Jomo there. And that actually got him all the way up the board to 12th. So he was able to pick up a little draft there behind Houdeludis and really improve his position here on the grid when we're talking about qualifying being so important. And he'll start somewhere just above middle of the field. That's not bad.
Interesting thing about Bob Kern, and coincidence, I think Sonoma might be in California's Kern County, as a matter of fact. So a little home cooking for Bob Kern, and qualifying is done. So with that said, let's go ahead and give you our starting grid today. And the front row, Sean, is going to remain the same as it's been for the entire time. It's Demetrius Houdaludas up on front, tied with the David Gasper in the points. They're going to share the front row. Who's in row 2?
Row 2, Austin Winter and Jerry McAreeby.
Third row is populated by Michael Shaw and Adam Bradshaw.
Okay, row 4, Alejandro Liero and Steven Elson.
Coming off a third place last time out at Sebring, Stevie Ray is going to be in 9th position. He's inside of Antonio Reese.
Row 6, Thomas Barman. Thomas Barman. I'll take that back. And Jose Castillejo Mo. We'll just call him Joe Mo today. He kind of digs that nickname, so we'll stick with that.
We like Joe Mo as well. In the Baker's Dozen spot is Fred Drissix and Matthew Dont in the 14th position.
Okay, Daniel Sadro will start 15th today, right next to Wayne Palmer.
17th is Tom Gradwell. Bob Kern in 18th.
Okay, and row 10 going to be Robert Sugar Plumley and Neil Dawkins.
Hidden Blackjack is Christopher Keeble. Ian Wilson, I guess, in the double duck spot.
It could be Ian.
I'm with Ian. I like Ian.
Okay, row 12, Paul Barbuza, Moro Marzo.
And in the quarter century mark, it's Jeff Cantor and Brad Taylor, the last car out there that did not put in a qualifying time. Now, he sits 5th in the points, didn't put in qualifying time, was here for practice. We're talking about Richard Yolland. 27 drivers entered, 26 put in qualifying times. Our 2 drivers tied for the lead.
I wonder why
the Ghost up on the front row. Go ahead.
I wonder why Richard didn't take a qualifying spot. Really important to get that in, and I wonder if real life maybe stepped in the way of him being able to get this done. Let's see if he actually makes the grid here.
I try to follow up on all the penalties and that kind of stuff, and if I didn't know better, I would say maybe Richard was being spanked, but I didn't see anything in the forums about that, so I don't want to even go there or assume that's the case. I'm going to stick with you. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt and just having some real-world issues right now. Well, we get a full pace lap here at Laguna Seca, so you get a chance to see the dry lake bed that is. You know, if you judge California's scenery by what iRacing provides, Fontana or Sonoma or Laguna Seca, you think that you'd never want to come out here. We think we're all dust and sand. You know, we're crowded out here in California. Why don't you guys who want to come and visit, you just keep thinking that, okay? There's enough of you out here.
Well, I'll tell you what, they did save money on rendering trees here.
It certainly did.
Maybe they should get a few on loan from Germany.
Yeah, that's right. All right, we're rolling. Round number 10. The SRF Weekend Warriors. There's 12 rounds. We will not be here for the next one, where they go to Mid-Ohio, but we'll be back for the season finale, where we can bring you the championship. This has been a fun series to cover.
And Soup, as I suspected, Yalin not on the grid when they pulled away. So something going on there, and we wish him the best. It's a shame he couldn't make the start of this one.
Unfortunately, we showed it on the countdown to green. You saw the graphics. No pocket points in his pocket. He's got 0, so that 0 is going to count. Look for him to fall down the order. You get 4 drop races, and this being a Sunday series where real-world obligations play such an important part in the drivers' lives, those drop races come in handy. Birthdays and baptisms and just Sunday brunches for that matter. Sean, even going through that corner there, corner number 5, I noticed a lot of dust out on the track.
Yeah, already. Yeah, already, and they're kicking it up as they just pacing through.
And here's corner number 6. This is the fast one. And now these little cars with these little engines start to go up the hill the best they can. I heard some contact early on. Oh my goodness, blowing an engine on the pace lap with Alejandro Lero in the number 82 machine. He's got a spare car. He's got to hustle.
What in the wide world of sports is going on there?
He got to take a rag out of the engine, I think. I'm not sure if not sure how that's going to work. If he's going to be a lap down, or if he gets out on the track, if he'll start from the back. Right now, the field's working down into the final corner.
Well, no, Soup, he's going to fall to the back of the back. They're going to be, I mean, he's not going to catch them.
No. Pace car peels off before 11. Oh, and almost contact from the leaders. Put the hammer in the oven because the camel has learned to read. I don't know what's going on out there on this pace lap, but we are under green. Gather up the chicken steak, cover behind the cows because the horses are out of the barn. It is Demetrius Hootalutas out in front. David Gasper's on the outside. Looking in.
Already got a car over on its lid, and that's Adam Bradshaw.
Bradshaw, we've got it bookmarked. He qualified in 6th position. What a horrible start. He was hoping to have such a good race up front. So another driver up front with blown engine on the pace lap and then on your lid on the first lap. All that going on behind. It looks like Gaspers now has the lead. Gaspers, but here comes Hootalutas. The Ghost takes them through 6. Heading up to the corkscrew for the first time. Jerry McAreevy has moved into 3rd.
Soup Barboza has caught the rear of the field.
It'll be fun to watch him work his way through.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. It wasn't Barboza that blew his motor. It was
Liero.
It was Liero. That's right. My bad.
Liero just exiting the pits. He's got some work to do. There will be no yellow flags here today, so he's really going to have to pick it up. He is on the lead lap. Now, our timing score is going to be a little bit off because of some people who took a tow. As they come across the line now, it'll all cycle back around. Gaspers is your leader. Hootalutas is 2nd. Look at that. Austin Winter. Now, the big names are all here today. Racing 1, 2, 3. Let's include Jerry McAreevy in that one as well. McAreevy back there in that beautifully horizontally striped machine. It's the Tardent painted car.
I sure hope they're wearing something under that kilt.
We're going to take a look at the replay that got, who would it be, Bradshaw in trouble early on. He was qualified in 6th position. You know, somebody just tried to peek inside. I can tell you who that was. Oh my goodness, that was Stevie Ray in the 11, the white number 11, put his nose inside, and they got together, and that turned Bradshaw around, and then down.
Well, let's look on board with Barman here. Tomas coming down the hill. He's got nowhere to go. Has to check up. He's going to get some front damage out of that. Several cars got damaged there, and our buddy Jomo was one of them, Soup, and he's tumbling through the field. Keeble just pulled off a pass on him, get himself up to 14th. And Jose is dropping right now. He's down 3 spots. Bob Kern on the way.
Now, you have the 2 guys up in front. It's Gaspers and Hootalutas. They are fighting, and they're just racing. Winner, who qualified 3rd, is racing in 3rd. McAreevy, who was in 4th, qualified 4th, racing in 4th. Now, the guy to watch is Steven Elson. He just made a mistake, but he's quick. You know, I misidentified that. It was Shaw that made the mistake. We're going to take a quick peek at this one. Shaw now as he falls back to 7th.
Looks like he just got a little loose there, Sue.
Yep, right in front. And that was Elson who got around him. That's how I misidentified Shaw in the dark car. And then Matteo Daunt gets around him as well. So Shaw drops back to 7th. Let's go ahead and follow up on Elson. He's in 5th position now. Really good. Oh, who are we looking at there? That's Michael Shaw. Again, having more trouble. Oh, that's Daunt.
Yeah, Daunt having trouble there going off. And did he hit the wall? I think he did. Grazed it at least.
And that's my corner, baby. That corner number 6, it looked like it. Boy, he had it. Look how he's trying to get it as he goes through here, Johnny. He's on the sand. He's trying to get it going straight. Looks like he has it, but then the sand plays a trick on him.
He just gets too far to the right there.
And then as so often come across and you get the inside of the wall.
Yeah. Soup, I'm still seeing a lot of cars get offline. Poor Paul Barboza is still having trouble out there. Jeez, and that was Brad Taylor that just spun in front of him as Barboza was getting back underway.
Yep, Taylor was racing well down in 23rd position and just looks like he got in too hot. And then Barboza takes good evasive action. Jeff Cantor had
Cantor
to get through
too,
also. None of this bothering the guys up front. They are smooth as silk. Let's go now. We come back live. Let's go back in and check on our leaders. Well, it's Hula Dulas now has made the pass. Gaspers racing in second. These guys are just putting in the miles right now as they work their way down the corkscrew. Gaspers gets a little bit in there hot. And he's going to lose a little bit of time as they work through Rainy Curve. Right behind him, Winner and McAreevy.
Hey, you know who's just behind this group and is fast? Steve Elson.
Yep.
Elson's on the way. He's picked up 3 spots, and tell you what, he's going to be riding right up on the gearbox, Jerry McCreevy here, really soon.
We saw Elson do very well when we first got into the series. He was really having some great races when we first started covering early on. Things have kind of gone south on him a little bit as of late, but always a name to keep an eye on.
Boy, Neil Dawkins just had trouble in the corkscrew. He gets spun around with traffic coming through.
Boy, there are so many. It's hard to keep up with. Keebler has trouble. Reese also had a problem. And he goes off into the sand, but he catches it.
Caught that right down there in turn 10.
A lot of activity in the back.
Yes, there is. I mean, and they're racing up front. Everybody's gotten in line and are being patient right now, but all the action here early as far as incidents has been at the back. Okay, McAreevy got it back together here.
She's starting to close up on Winner. These guys race in the order that they qualified right now. They are about 2 seconds ahead of Elson, who's trying to run them down. Now, just ahead of these guys, we can stay right here on this battle, but I can just tell you that Gasper, after making that mistake through the corkscrew, has been able to catch back up to Hulutus. I feel a pass coming right now. Let's see what kind of run McAreevy can get out of 11. Is there enough time for a tow here, Sean Boy? Not making up a lot of ground as they head toward the Andretti hairpin. Here he comes. Too little, too late, I think.
It's going to be close. He may send it here. He's not going to. He's definitely going to put a lot of pressure on him, though. Rides right up to the back.
Yeah, that's a move you can make with 31 minutes of racing to go compared to 3 minutes of racing to go. Stay on this a bit. We've been jumping around a lot, covering all the action. Let's go ahead and let the viewers get a feel of what it's really like to race out here. Now he's got another good run. Is he going to look to the inside going into 5? I think so. And move him up. Jerry McAreevy up in, a little dipty-doo, a little hokey-doke, a little up and under, not going to get there. Boy, Austin Winter, I thought he was going to try to get. Now they go through 6. Sean, he can't get a very good drive off of 6. Look at McAreevy negotiate that fast left-hander. As they head up to the corkscrew. And now all the work climbing all the way down you go. 18 stories.
Yeah, Soup right now, Thomas Barman hanging on, but Fred Desai really, really pushing the issue here. Both of them with pretty banged up machines, too, if I'm being honest. These cars have only just now, we've only conquered 10 minutes, and both of them look like they've been in a war all afternoon.
They work through 11. Let's stay on this one and see if Drysix can get there. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to do it. He's about 5 car lengths back. Let's go back up to third. And gosh darn it, Winter was trying. He's working hard to get back McAree. He could not get it done. They go through 3. Great racing going on up front. They are almost 4 seconds behind the 2 guys that have pulled away. Our 80s detective show, which is Reese Lightning and the Ghost.
Oh, Desai finally pulls off that pass there on Barman.
Move him up to 8th.
We've got a replay of that, actually.
There we go, into Andre. Sorry about that. Scared him off the line, so the pass was made.
Yeah, that's, tell you what, that pretty good job there by Desai. He's been working on that for a while. That's 5 spots he's come up through the field with a damaged car.
And Winter now has fallen back. What
you know what, Soup? He had a spin. He had a spin out of your favorite turn, out of 6.
Yep, 6 got him again. Now, boy, barely. Just got a little too much of the left side, and that sent him around. Which what I like to call the driver side tires on there. It looks like that just upset the car. Now, that corner reminds me so much of corner 5 at Road Atlanta. The only difference is a little more runoff area here. And while that goes on, I can report that Adam Bradshaw has had more trouble. So let's go ahead and catch our breath and see what's going on. Hootalutus in first, David Gaspers in second right now. They continue just to kind of swap positions back and forth. Let's take a peek at them, and they're down the corkscrew really close. I got a hunch that the Ghost is going to try to see if he can make the pass here. Go through ready now. It's going to be getting, if Gaspers can get a good run through 11. Corner right here. He closes in. Actually, oh, he's really close now.
Yeah, he is.
Yes, yes. I think this is well within the toe if he wants it. Now, this is corner number 1. It's kind of just a little bend here to the left, but here he comes. Look at him, Hootalutus, protecting the inside. Going to make Gaspers do it on the top. Gaspers drives it in deep. The car smokes. He can't get it wound up. That's some fun racing from those two.
Super quick update here, a pit update. Actually, Stevie Ray came in, got his pit stop, and it was 10.6 seconds in the box.
That car might have had a little bit of damage in it. Remember, he got together earlier on with one of the drivers.
I think he hit the safe window, though, for fuel.
Yeah, memory serves, it was Adam Bradshaw that got put on his hood there. Things have not gone well for Bradshaw since he's come back. He's spun 3 or 4 times since then. There he's back at 24th. Let's jump back up to the leaders now as they head into the corkscrew again. It is the Ghost back there trying to spook Hootalutus a little bit.
Yeah.
As they drop down. He made a run. Now we'll stay on this because this is where he made where Gaspers made the run on Hootalutus last time. They come out of the sharp left-hander, which is 11. Gasper's a little farther back this time, I think. Boy, you can see him lock up those tires. Not as close as he was last lap. 5.5 seconds up on McAree. I don't believe anything's going to happen this time. We look over the right shoulder of Hootalutus. Now we go on to the flip cam, and now one of our regular Dougie Beard Road Sides picks. I don't think anything's going to matter there, Sean. Even if the pass is made, neither one are going anywhere. That's all going to be.
Jomo comes in the pits. He was leading a battle there, and everybody else behind him stays out. Bob Kern, Wayne Palmer, Tom Gradwell all go by.
Probably in the window right now. So before the pit cycle really starts to kick in here, we've talked about the drivers in your top 5. Let's go ahead and look. Michael Shaw now has moved up into 5th position. Let's round out a few of the guys back here a little bit farther. In 6th, well, we saw Austin Winter. He had his issues. He's fallen back. 7th, look at this battle here for 7th. This is Barman again on the inside. And Barman is going to get that made going into 5. Drisix now. Dressai back into 8th. Behind them, Mateo Dant. He's had some issues, but he's running them down too. Look for him to make that move. And then a guy we haven't talked much about, rounding out your top 10, Daniel Sadro. Those 4 drivers, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th, head down the corkscrew. If you're scoring at home, go ahead, mark Barman, Desai, Dant, and Sadro, and we'll see how they cycle out after the pit stop. And here comes the pass where the lead is time for Gaspers to get it, but he's not going to get it. He looks to the inside as they work through 3, and he gets it done. I don't know if Hootalutus is done yet. He's right on his gearbox. They head up to 5. Oh, look at him light up the tires. That's Gasper really pushing it hard. Going to lose all the momentum. Side by side through 6. No, no, no. Up the hill to the corkscrew. Hootalutus does not want to be in 2nd.
No. I don't know what he's going to have to do to get it.
Gasper's a little bit better. Out of the corkscrew. About 2 car length lead now through Rainy Curve. Now they just have the right-hander of 10. And then the sharp left-hander that'll put him on the front straight where the pass can be made. Here they come right now. Hootalutus doesn't want to be too close because his momentum will be broken. Again, lighten him up as Gasper. Hootalutus, oh, he's there. He's only 2 car lengths back if he wants it. Let's see how quickly he can get on the throttle. It's not the longest front straight. Gasper protecting the inside he learned. Now he drifts out over. Hootalutus is going to have to wait. The Ghost. David Gasper out in front. Stay on that a bit longer. At number 26, Reese Lightning, Demetrius Hootalutus. These 2 drivers tied in the points. They have no drop race insurance. They burned them all. If disaster were to strike, what you get is what you get. Look at the run now. He's going to look. Oh no, side by side through 6s cannot be done. They try it, and I said it couldn't be done, and it cannot be done. Grease Lightning is in the tires.
Wow.
Well, anyone who's raced Laguna Seca knew that this one wasn't going to work out.
Yeah.
They almost did it. So Hootalutus drops down to 5th. When we come back in 2 weeks for the season ender at Spa, keep that crash in mind. That could be the determining factor of who wins the Season 5 crown. The good news for Hootalutus, couple things, Sean. It's in his window, and he gets a spare car.
He certainly does, and that's going to play a big factor down the stretch here.
Well, you know, Gasper or Hootalutus was going to win, so now it becomes what the what Grease Lightning can do to just salvage the result. If he can get a second or even a third, he's still in the hunt.
Stevie Ray still remains to be the highest pitter, and, well, Soup, that was almost 5 laps ago for him.
I'm going to assume that Hootaludis is going to get in and out. Ray right now coming across the start-finish line. And Hootaludis, yeah, he's rolling. He's going to be out. So Demetrius is going to sort out in about 10th position, I think. Kern, Sadro, Dressai, Daunt, Winner, Elson, Shaw, McAreevy, and Gasper. That's inverse order of the guys running up front who have yet to pit. Kind of a weird time to do it, but let's go to 12th position. Give a little love to our hard charger, Mario Marzo.
Yeah, Marzo was battling hard earlier, and that battle was with Barman. Oh, David, here comes Gaspers. Gaspers is in now, Soup.
What the Ghost wants to do here, just come in. He's got an easy lead. He just doesn't want to do something silly like get a speeding penalty or not put in enough fuel. Tell the pit crew we want to be fast, but be careful. In the words of the great John Wooden, UCLA basketball coach, be quick, but don't hurry. And Gaspers is out. We go to a battle for 7th position. This is going to be interesting now. That's coming out. That was Gaspers that they go around. This is
Bob.
Looking at Desai, Desai and Sadro. And you can see Gaspers in pit. Gaspers really wants to get out in front of these guys, but that's not going to happen. Gaspers looking. He's going to make quick work of Sadro. Gets one.
Got right by there.
And now he'll want Desai as well because he is racing Jerry McAreevy, who's on the other side of the track and has yet to pit. He is our leader.
Sadro yet to pit either, and he's definitely going to need that new car when he comes in.
But the good news for our leader right now, McAreevy, who was about 5 seconds back, so it'd be a tall order for him to see if he can do the undercut on Gaspers. But at least he has clear track in front of him. Gaspers, on the other hand, is being held up. My goodness! Gaspers really lights up those tires. He smokes them every time. Let's watch again as they go into 11. Let's stay on Gaspers for a minute. See if he lights them up one more time in here. It's hard to tell. Maybe that was dust there. And now Desai's going to move over. This pass is going to be made as much on reputation as it is on speed as the Ghost goes by. The interval between McAreevy and Gaspers, 23 seconds. Off track. That's Mateo Daunt is off.
Yeah. Daunt loses it. I think he got a little hot there, lost the grip somehow. The car just went around under braking.
Yeah, it was. That was I talked about corner one not really being a corner, but it got him. Car went off in the sand. That's a strange place to end up in the kitty litter. So he falls back to 7th behind Desai and Sadro now. Those guys still need to make their stop. Hootaludis back in 9th position. But the only drivers between him and Gaspers are Desai, Sadro, and Kern. The question will be, can Hootaludis get out? Where's he going to fall out in relationship to McAreevy or the driver in second like Elson right now? And Hootaludis has already passed Kern. Clear track ahead of him. Oh, and Shaw. This is for battle for position.
Yep.
Shaw ends off into the dust. Steven Elson keeps going. Now that's Shaw in the dark car in front. Maybe Elson could have moved over a little bit more, but he's going straight. I don't know if the number 1 car of Elson really has to pull all the way over. He's just going straight. He kind of owns that racing line. That's my call, looking at it quickly. We'll go on board Elson, and you be the judge at home. And it's like if you're going straight, it's hard to get blamed for anything. Let's see. Can we see the wheel? We can probably see his hands. He's holding his line. He's holding his line, and yeah, I think that was pretty straight. That was Shaw just trying to clear him and get that good angle in. McAreevy, Elson, and Shaw, the only drivers yet to pit. Shaw was able to get that car turned around. He stays in 3rd. But that's going to be good news for Hootaludis now. That's at least maybe one more driver that Hootaludis can undercut. Working here, 13, just under 14 minutes of racing to go. What do you got?
Wayne Palmer turned around in the middle of the corkscrew, and it gets hit by Plumley going by. Oh, Plumley clips him.
And that was our leader, Jerry McAreevy, who's first on the scene. Watch this. Boy, just when you think you're got it all. All right, here comes Sugar. He loses it. Now here comes McAreevy, and he manages to get around. Not so much. Oh, for the next car on the scene. Not sure who that was that got him. Sean, do you remember who that was? Or
that hit Palmer?
Yeah.
What was Plumley got him as he was coming by?
Oh, that was Plumley. There you go.
Yeah, Palmer spun around by himself.
That was Palmer, not Plumley, who did the spin originally. That was my bad. All right. Well, McAreevy is in. He's seen enough of this. No, I apologize. That's not the case. McAreevy's still out there. McAreevy, Elson, and Shaw remain out. Sadro in 5th have yet to come in as well. So Hootaludis will get that. He's only 5 seconds behind Sadro, and of course Sadro needs to make that stop. So Hootaludis looking to at least get into the top 5. The question will be, can he get... He'll probably get Shaw and Elson. That'll be the fun part to see when they... Oh, here we go. Elson is in. Shaw stays out. Hootaludis just going to the corkscrew now. Boy, that seems like a long way away, Sean.
Yeah.
Pit road is long.
I'm watching Gaspers right now, too. Gaspers now just coming around.
Okay, Elson is in his box. Gasper goes by. Hootaludis, I think, is going to go by. This is going to be fun. Elson is rolling. Here comes Hootaludis. He's on the main straight. Not sure if he's going to get him, but he'll be within striking distance. Elson still yet to get out on the track. You can see Hootaludis racing top speed. Elson's not up to top speed. Here comes Hootaludis. He's going to be back behind by about just over a second with 11 minutes to go. Shaw remains out. McAreevy remains out. Oh no, our leader is off in the corkscrew, losing valuable time. Jerry McAreevy. He negotiated the top part of the corkscrew, but the pointy spot got him. No problem here. You do it 17 times correctly, on your 18th time you make a mistake.
Possibly, yeah.
And he picks up a cone coming into the entry, so that's going to make it interesting. Now this should return things back. Order will be restored here. Gasper coming into 11th right now. He should easily get the lead back. Elson is only about 10 car lengths ahead of Hootaludis as they come into 11th right now.
And that's what I'm watching right now. It's really, really, boy, Hootaludis is really all over him.
McAreevy is rolling. I think he's going to get in and out before these guys. I believe so. I think he'll make it. Even though he lost it in the... Oh, it is going to be close.
It's going to be real close, Soup. Here we come.
This is what's so weird at Laguna Seca. You can see everybody is... That's McAreevy on pit lane. Now, these guys will be full speed. We're talking Elson and Hootaludis. McAreevy is out on track first. Can he close these guys off? He does.
Oh, no, he has to get on the brakes.
That's Wilson he has to whoa up for, and that's going to open up the momentum. I'm going to do it on the outside. No! Elson thought he was going wide. McAreevy said, not right now. Hootaludis now with a run. A great racing. Poor Ian Wilson just trying to get out of the way. Hootaludis dives to the inside of 5. He gets that pass made. Now, Hootaludis knows better than to try to make the pass going into 6. But Elson doesn't. And they wait. Wow. Now they go through 6. Now they head up towards the corkscrew. This is the battle for second. All going on behind the ghost David Gasper, who's well out in front.
Well out in front, Soup. Almost 9 seconds now.
Oh, getting off, being scared off. That's Brad Tyler.
Oh!
Tyler's back in front. He gets Hootaludis. Hootaludis keeps going, but the car took significant damage to the nose. Stephen Elson was able to negotiate it as well. Ian Wilson, who's a lap down, he's getting out of the way. Michael Shaw gets through. How damaged is Grease Lightning?
Soup, he's as damaged as he was before. He's... Man... Just can't catch a break. Hangs on a position, though. Don't ask me how.
Wilson blows an engine right in front of Jerry McAreevy. Boy, things have great. Ian Wilson has really been... Okay, now here's the car. Now, what are we looking at here? This is... Oh, this...
Elson.
Oh, we're on board with McAreevy, who has had issues.
Yeah. McAreevy with his own issues there.
All right, Hootaludis remains in second. The car, about 4 or 5 inches shorter than it was when it started the race.
I think he's got a tire rubbing, Soup.
Yeah. Diving up now is Stephen Elson. 7, just under 8 minutes of racing to go. Michael Shaw in the back. This is the battle for second. 11 and a half seconds behind the ghost of David Gasper, who is a ghost. He is vapor. He is gone.
The battles have really, really thinned out. The great battle at the front. Alejandro Liero and Fred Desai still going at it back here, Soup, for 15th.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to get there right now because this one is just too hot right now. Hootaludis, the car clearly not as fast as it should be. Using every trick in his bag to keep Stephen Elson behind him. Oh, I can't imagine that Grease Lightning is going to have much straight line speed as they work out of 11. Let's see what Elson can do. He's about 4 car lengths back. A pretty good exit out of there from Hootaludis. They begin to drop Shaw. Just under 7 minutes to go. Elson closing the gap. The car in pit lane, that's Ian Wilson, who had an eventful last lap. Fortunately for Wilson, he's going to come out behind these guys. He doesn't want to have to deal with them one more time. Hootaludis now working through the right-hander. That is 3. Has the sweeping right-hander of 4 coming up right here. Shaw doing everything he can to hang with these guys. Takes it off. He's really out of the picture now.
Yeah. And he made his mistake down in 2. Got up on top of the curbs, got the car upset, and then more trouble for him there.
McAreevy, who has had several issues now looking to get that spot. This one's closer. Let's stay on the battle for 4th. This one's actually tighter than the one for 2nd right now. Up to the corkscrew, and McAreevy's going to get it. And I think that was a wave by Michael Shaw.
I think so.
McAreevy moves up into 4th. Shaw trying to hang on. Boy, he caught a lot of the corkscrew there. Did he get a slowdown penalty? I guess not. He's safe in 5th. Rounding out your top 10. We have not heard much from this guy. He's won 3 races, but he's not winning this one. Austin Winter back in 6th position. Qualified in 3rd. Things have not gone his way. Stevie Ray got into early trouble. Turned Bradshaw over. He's racing in 7th. Back in 8th position, Daniel Sadro. He's got about 8 seconds back to Jomo. Jose Luis Oviedo de Castillo. And then we run out of room. Mo.
Well, you mentioned Stevie Ray. You know, remember, he had trouble early, Soup. Came in, 14 laps ago for his pit stop. He's going to be right on the edge here. I think he's going to be right up on the edge of fuel when we get to the end. Just under 4 laps to go now.
Let's get a replay of Steven Nelson real quick. This will show you how much he's working. It happened just as I was saying it. Really pushing, puts the car off into the sand. Trying to run down Hootaludis. Let's show you how hard Steven is working here. Takes him way out there. That's not going to cost him a lot of time, but that's probably not the best racing line through that corner. How about a tip of the hat? What kind of hat do they wear in Greece? Somebody go on the YouTube channel and check that out for me. Fisherman's cap, art director. That's okay. I like that one. To Demetrius Hootaludis, man. Things were not going his way. Looks like he's going to be able to salvage a second, knock on this imitation wood, and that's going to keep him in the hunt. I said it before, either Gasper or Hootaludis was going to win, so, I mean, a second place is not crushing. So with Hootaludis now being comfortable in third, let's go back and look at McAreevy. McAreevy has made Michael Shaw fall back to 5th, and now he's coming, trying to get into Steven Elson. The gap about 2.4.
Well, McAreevy just turned his fastest lap of the race here last time by, so he has definitely turned up the wick, and Elson, boy, nothing's safe now.
Going through the rest of the field, there's really not a close battle out there. So for these final 3 minutes, we're going to focus up front. There are some drivers we haven't talked much about. Neil Dawkins, Tom Gradwell. We love you, boys. Just couldn't get to you today.
All right, so we're hearing from the truck. 0.6 was the difference last time for McAreevy over Elson. And he's continuing to go green here on my chart.
Yep. G-Mac is coming. That gap, 2.2 seconds. Elson Season. Elson's a smart driver. He just might be minding the gap right now. Elson was really working it hard to try to get up to Hootaludis. I think he knows he's not going to get there. Demetrius' car, even though it's damaged up front, looks like the talent for Hootaludis is going to salvage second position. 11 seconds up to David Gasper, looking to pick up his, I could be wrong on this, I believe it's 5th race now. 5th race win.
Boy, Soup, for all the talk we had about McAreevy catching Elson, Michael Shaw's not going away either. He's right there, man. One small mistake by McAreevy, and this that position belongs to him. Both of them smoking the tires into the Andretti hairpin.
Said I hadn't seen much of Neil Dawkins. I can report that he just spun the car, his 91, but he brings it back out on the track. Sorry, Neil. Give you only love when you do something bad. G-Mac, another 0.6 faster. So the gap is down to 1.6 seconds to Steven Elson.
It's the chip away theory. It's only a lap and a half left to go, Soup. He's running out of time here.
1 minute of racing to go, and our leader working through the corkscrew. Mateo Dant gets out of the way. Let's look at our leader real quick. We haven't talked much about him. David Gasper. He's negotiated rainy curve through 10 now, heading down into 11. He'll have to negotiate this corner, this, and one more time as he's looking at the white flag right now. He's got about 10 seconds to Hootaludis, has opened up about 2 seconds on Elson. But here's our real battle. Elson through 11. Oh, McAreevy has a bad exit. He can't get it gathered up, really pushing it.
He was, Soup, and boy, he was really lucky to correct the car there. Looked like for a moment it was going all the way around. He manages to salvage too much space between him and Elson now.
1.3 seconds the gap. He's half a second faster every lap.
Yeah, he was still 0.6 faster on that lap somehow, some way.
Everybody else looks to be locked into their positions. So leaders come around. Give a shout out to our quickly to 11th position director. Just get a little love to our hard charge again, Mario Marzo. 24th to 11th. Get a little racing action from him on the lead lap.
Look, Gasper's off the course.
Gasper's fun!
Oh, no!
He's got 11 seconds to get it gathered up. He's going to be okay.
I don't know. They're right behind him. Here comes Hoodaludis. Up the hill. Got all the momentum. The race is on.
Gasper's is first to the corkscrew. The gap, 1.4 seconds. Well, now if he makes a mistake, he'd really be in trouble. Working through rainy curve, down to 10. This is the final corner for the Ghost.
Nothing is certain.
Again, either it's dust or the smoke, but either way, he's got the car going straight. Round number 10 of the SRF Weekend Warriors Championship goes to David Gasper. Demetrius Hoodaludis gets second. Elson, McAreevy, and Shaw, third, fourth, and fifth.
Gasper sure makes that finish. Let's watch the replay here. Out of turn 5, up the hill to the GoPro bridge. And out of 6, he's just going to lose it. He can stand in line with the rest of the people that have. Ah, boy. You know, what's going through his mind there about recovering and just getting back on track. But by the time he gets back on track, Hoodaludis had the momentum, a good clean run through 6. Sure made it close, Sue.
Gotta love the Weekend Warriors never fail to put on a good show for us here on the Global SimRacing Channel. Now, the show may be over, but the broadcast is not. We're going to take a short break. We will be back to run down the entire field, talk to some of the drivers before we put a lock on the gate. Back in a few. Welcome back to the Global SimRacing Channel's coverage of the SRF Weekend Warrior League. Round number 10 here in Season 5 from Laguna Seca. What an exciting show. Halfway through the race, we decided to stop covering the spin so we could see some of the battles that were happening on the track. There was good racing, but really the winner might have been the track here, as Laguna Seca seemed to get a piece of everybody. Even our winner, David Gasper, who spun on near the very end and had to really hold off Demetrius Houdeludis for the win. Gaspers and Houdeludis go 1-2. Gaspers should take a small points lead in the championship. Steven Elson had a strong finish, coming 8th to 3rd to find that final podium spot. Jerry McAreevy qualified 4th. He comes home in 4th, putting the pressure on Elson at the end. Michael Shaw started 5th, finishes in the same place that he qualified. Rounding out the back half of your top 10, it's 3-time winner, Austin winner. He was not able to pick up his 4th today. Stevie Ray and Daniel Sabro go 7th and 8th. 9th and 10th, it's Jomo and Thomas Farman. Sean?
All right, Soup, and finish at 11th today, going to be Mauro Marzo. Going to just miss out on the top 10. 13 spots up to 11th. Great job by Marzo today. Alejandro Liero will finish 12th. Tom Gradwell, a 13th place finish for him. Fred Desai, kind of a rough run for him today, and 14th place is where he's going to wind up. Bob Kern, the New Yorker, will finish 15th. 16th, Neil Dawkins. Matthew DeHunt will finish 17th. 18th, Paul Barbusa. 19th, Adam Bradshaw. And finishing in 20th, Brad Taylor.
Hitting blackjack, it's Ian Wilson. Getting to know each other in the corkscrew was Robert Plumley and Wayne Palmer. Not sure if there's a second date in the offing there. They come home 22nd and 23rd. Jeff Cantor is 24th. Quarter century mark, Christopher Keebler. Then guys who really had trouble, 22 laps back, Antonio Reese. And, of course, we talked about Richard Yolland sitting 5th in the points. Wasn't able to race with us today. He'll have to take a 0 as he is out of drop race insurance. Okay, that runs down your entire finishing order. Let's go ahead and talk to some of the drivers. And I'll go ahead and speak here with our winner, David Gaspers. David, another win, but you almost gave it away.
Yeah, I still can't believe I did that.
25 times you make that corner. On the 26th lap, you make a mistake. Concentration?
Maybe. I touched the dirt on the outside a little, and after that I had trouble catching the car.
Earlier on, you were in quite a battle with Houdeludis. It was really... you ran second a lot. Were you working to get back up to the front, or were you happy in second early on?
I know it's really hard to overtake here, and he has a little different line through the corkscrew, so I trouble be close to him on the last corner. But I always try to overtake here since it's really hard to get by.
On the very end, when you were off in the sand, did any part of you look down to see how much interval you had before Houdeludis was going to get there, or was it just, I'll get out as quickly as I can and deal with it later?
At first, of course, I tried to start going as soon as possible, but I was a little scared going up the hill and seeing him close on me.
Well, you made it exciting. Well, here's the question. For the championship, you get 4 drop races. You've used those all up. We have 2 more races to go. What is your real-life schedule? Are you going to be able to make both of these races?
Yeah, I should be there.
Okay, that's good. Well, congratulations on the win today. You're going to inch a little bit out in the point standings now. We think you're going to be the leader. We'll see you in 2 weeks for the finale.
Yeah.
David Gasper, your winner today, I believe, racing out of, I don't want to get this wrong, I think it's Germany. Boy, if it's Austria, I apologize, David. Let's go ahead. Who we got next, Sean?
You know what? We have got Demetrius Houdeludis with us. Demetrius, congratulations. Podium finish. Tell us a little bit about your race. Was it tough? Was it as tough as it looked?
Hello, guys. It is the toughest track that I have raced so far. It has killed me 3 times in a row during the whole week in 3 different spots. So I'm pretty pleased with all those incidents during the race.
Well, it was a tough race, but I'll tell you what. had quite a battle there after the pit stop. Talk to us about what happened there with the pit stop and getting back on track.
Thankfully, the pit stop window was open, so I decided to take the free repair in the field for the rest of the race. I guess it worked out well, even though we had another incident after I spun before in the turn before the cross-crew, so everything all right. I was just trying to catch up, doing my best and stuff. I had new tires as well.
Okay, but you had to finish that with the damages. Did that really when Gaspers made the mistake there at the end? Did you think you had a chance, or did you know that the damage was probably going to hold you back from trying to catch him?
To be honest, I didn't exactly know what kind of damage David had. In general, he's the guy with the best footwork in the SRF, according to my opinion. So I think I was sure that the damage wouldn't be terminal. So yeah, I wasn't very surprised that he was still in front after that error of his.
And Soup, I can't remember if we've asked Demetrius where he's from before. We know you.
Oh, well, he's Grease Lightning, so he's
that's right, from Greece. Okay.
That's what the fans are calling you, Demetrius. Can you live with that? Grease Lightning as a nickname?
Yeah, of course. And I know it's an American mentality, I think, to give nicknames to everybody. So I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Are you going to be able to make? Here's the question that I asked David Gasper, and I'll tell you right now. He said, "Yes, I will make the next 2 races." You, like David, are out of drop races. Are you going to be able to make the next 2 events?
Yeah, of course. I will be there. I will practice hard. And hopefully I will be the champion at the end of that.
We look forward. We're not covering the next one at Mid-Ohio, but we'll be back for the season finale. So good luck at Mid-Ohio. Keep it close so we have an exciting championship race here for the finale at Spa.
Thank you very much. Mid-Ohio is one of my favorite tracks, so I think I will do well there. Thank you very much again.
All right. There he is, Grease Lightning, Demetrius Houdaludis. All right. Who's next here? Sean, I'll let you talk to him because I kind of took the end of that one.
Yeah, it's okay. Jerry McAreevy. Interesting race for you today, Jerry, and it didn't come without a little bit of trouble. Talk to us about it.
Hey guys, how's it going? Yeah, it was a pretty crazy race. My wheel disconnected halfway down the corkscrew, so that was always interesting.
How do you recover from that, man? I mean, I've had hardware failure too. I understand, but what do you do? I mean, is it just a snap reaction, or I mean, what goes into that?
Panic mostly.
Panic.
Well,
go ahead.
Well, it was just a temporary thing. Just like I said, halfway down the corkscrew, I heard the USB disconnecting, and then by the time I got to the bottom, it seemed to come back. But I had a few hairy moments, to be honest. I think there was a back marker that's kind of spun halfway down the corkscrew as well, and that kind of gave me a wee fright, but it was all good fun.
Well, I'll tell you what, these guys, sometimes the director and the commentators, they put stuff in chat that you really shouldn't read, Jerry. Listen, man, the season coming down to a close, and Soup's been asking everybody else. I'll ask you, you planning on making these last 2 races?
I should be around for the next one on Sunday. After that, I'm not too sure because of work. So I'll definitely be there for the next one, but we'll have to wait and see after that. But it's all good.
All right, and Jerry, I'm going to ask you. Sometimes we like to get a little more deeper information about our drivers. What's your favorite breakfast cereal?
I'm not really a breakfast man, to be honest.
Okay. All right. Well, we tried. All right. So maybe next time we'll ask you about lunch or dinner. But seriously, listen, congratulations. A solid race for you. And we can't wait to cover the last one of the season. And can't wait to see you there and what kind of result you can get for us then.
Cheers, guys. Always good to have you. Catch you in the next one. Bye.
All right, Jerry. Cheers to you, my friend. All right, Soup. And that's Jerry McAreevy. And he doesn't like breakfast. So, not a breakfast guy.
Well, we're trying to get up close and personal with these guys, try to find out a little bit about them. All right, is that it for us here today? It looks like it is. We got a long day ahead of us here at the Global SimRacing Channel. You all take a break, but make sure you come back and join us later tonight. We have 600 miles to cover as we do the majors, the Pacific majors, region here as they're going 600 miles from Charlotte. So you don't want to miss that one. But right now, let's thank the people that made this broadcast possible, and that's everybody at SRF Weekend Warrior League for making this event such a success, especially Stevie Ray for organizing the entire affair and contracting with GSRC to broadcast it. We know you have a lot of choices when you fly. Thanks for flying, GSRC. Thanks to the companies, equipment, or software you see on the screen right now we use on our broadcast. The iconic original music that lets your ears alert your eyes. You're watching a GSRC production comes courtesy of Eric Echoman, Casey Lalonde. See the screen for how to contact each of them.
I'm just going to warn you now, Soup. I've got the giggles, so I'm going to try and get through this. Unfortunately, GSRC will not be covering the SRF Weekend Warriors penultimate round from Mid-Ohio, but we will be back in 2 weeks, June 3rd, to bring in the Season 5 finale from Spa. We hope you tune in then. Take note of the upcoming broadcast sliding across your screen now and mark those down on your calendar. You know, if you'd like more information about GSRC, including a complete list of future broadcasts, you can find those on our website at globalsimracingchannel.com. We're also on social media, Twitter at GSR Channel, Facebook, type Global Sim Racing Channel and you'll find us. Instagram, GSRC_Graham. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't done it yet. Folks, thanks for watching today.
Well, don't go yet because we are...
I'm sorry, sir.
That's all right. We got to thank you, buddy. Thank you for watching, for being here with me, and all the fans. Of course, thanks for watching, as Sean just said. We're off to have fun, storm the castle. So until next time, race clean, race hard, and we'll see you on the track.